If your ink's too slow and your nib won't flow, here's one of the places that you can go. Larry is here to see you through with Mr. Announcer and Cubby too. It's Larry's Fountain Pen Reviews.
Oh, good morning, my good pen friends. Hey, Larry here from Larry's Zoom Pen Hangout. And today my guest is the one and only, if you haven't known this gentleman yet, you're about to know him now, Mr. Frank from Federalist Pens and Paper. Now, if you don't know this, for all the newbies that have joined in, Frank and I go way back, right? Right. So
yes.
Frank is consistent, so am I. I do all kinds of faces and stuff like that. So you know, Frank is about to tell you a little bit about his journey and what he does, and hopefully you can get on the wagon train and get some of what Frank's talking about. So Frank, welcome to the show. I'm going to turn it over.
Yes, sir.
to you.
It's been too long. It's good to be back. Good to see you.
Yes, it is. Always miss you, Frank.
Hope you're well. You look good.
Got my bow tie on, yeah.
It's good.
Okay.
Love the new logos. They're good. Yeah, it's been a while.
All the pins you sent me.
I've had a busy year. It was good, you know, to get back to all the shows. We had all 18 shows again this year. I did 13 of them. Even did the new Orlando show. I usually do 12. I did the new Orlando show. That was number 13. And yeah, it was a really good year. It was as close to a quote normal year as most of us could have. But I'm Frank Limper. I'm known as a lot of different personas online. I'm Frankie X. I used to be Frankie X on Fountain Pen Network. Now it's Frank Federalist Pens. Frank Xavier on Facebook. I was known as Federalist Frank early on. I was actually kind of like an in-your-face thing to Facebook for Facebook. Facebook had sent me something early on when I first started saying, you know, you can't just have a business-only address. You have to have some kind of personal file attached to it. So my brother and I are thinking, what could I be? They really don't like putting my name out there. You know? So we came up with Federalist Frank, and that like took off, and that actually got more popular than the site, and people thought it meant something, and I just decided to get rid of it. I mean, Federalist Pens really is not a political statement. I am a history teacher by trade. I'm a professional. I am an educator. I still tutor students time to time. Federalist Pens is really about my love of history, the fact that I am Philadelphia based. I wanted something historical. I come up, that was not my first choice. I couldn't be Franklin Pens because Scott Franklin, Franklin Christoph. I was thinking about Colonial Pens, and that's a big insurance company in Philly, in case you're not aware of Colonial Pen Insurance Company. They're the guys that advertise $9.99 a month, you know, for insurance. So nationally now, I couldn't do that. And I just settled on Federalist Pens, and I'm happy. The rest is history. And I still do a lot of reading. I tutor history and English, which is what I used to do full time. And since 2015, I've been a retailer. I had been in the community for years prior to that. I was going to pen shows. I was manning our pen club, our Philly Pen Club table, selling vintage. I sold vintage on pen forums and on eBay for years before I decided I was going to become a retailer. Going to my Philly Pen Show a few years convinced me that I actually could sell pens full time as a retailer. And that's basically where I'm at, and the rest really is history. And I'm entering now my 8th year as a retailer. I've been there since 2015, and the site has done really well. The pandemic slowed me down, you know, as I'm sure it did a lot of my colleagues. We all suffered from not having shows and stuff like that, but this past year was really good, and I'm looking forward, you know, for that to continue.
Well, just like you've been busy.
Always. I said, still tutor. I'm the one-man pen store, as I joke about. You know, my brother, my family, my wife helps me at shows, but it's me. I am the guy you talk to when you call. The 800 number calls my cell. I have a service that rings my phone. I'm the webmaster. I populate the site. Could always use help with that. Anybody interested in web catalog for store credit, give me a holler. Anybody that wants to do that, that can always help. Get to the point now where I actually just can't do it all on my own. And
don't forget, you do have Pay Shop as well, don't you?
yeah, I do PayPal. Yeah, definitely do PayPal. I take a lot of different payment plans. Cash is still welcome. People are like, you take cash. I'm like, yeah, we take cash. We're not, well, there's no war on cash here. We take cash, and I report it. I take credit cards. I do PayPal on the site. I do payment plans. I do Zip Pay. I do Pay in 4 with PayPal. I do Shop Pay. Shop also has Pay in 4. There's like 3 or 4 different installment pay plans I have on my site. So yeah, I take Apple Pay. I take Amazon Pay, Google, all kinds of different ones. Yep, do them all. I have a Walmart shop. If anybody goes to walmart.com and looks for certain things, they will find my shop. They can buy through my store, through Walmart's site. So Walmart's actually the biggest online retailer now, and I'm really proud to be part of that. I got a couple things on Amazon, but I rely more on Walmart. Like I said, I do take Amazon Pay. If you log in through Amazon and approach my shop, you can pay through your Amazon account.
And you also have a whole lot of codes.
A whole lot of codes. Yep. Biggest one for you is Larry.
Yeah.
Put in the code Larry at checkout, and you get save another 10%. I don't widely advertise that. Number one, mainly because that will annoy a lot of my vendors, because that means I could potentially sell things for less than 20% off. That's up to you guys. You guys have to look for my codes and take advantage of them.
Yeah.
When you buy from me, as a customer, you do get codes. You get exclusive codes, which is why I'm telling you always to sign up with me, sign up for my newsletter. I'm long overdue a newsletter. I actually haven't done one since the summer. I've been that busy, going to these 13 shows and literally going to one a month, sometimes even more. Our busiest pen show time is from March to November. Those 9 months, I'm doing 13 shows. My home show's coming up in 5 weeks. The Philly home show is a week from Friday. 5 weeks from Friday. Yeah, the Philly home show is 5 weeks from Friday, and looking forward to that. My home show, always good. A nice regional pen show where a lot of people from New York, Northeast, DC, Baltimore come from. Back in my collecting days when I was just a hobbyist selling vintage from time to time, I would go to 4 shows. I would go to New York. I would go to Philly, of course. I went to Baltimore and I went to DC. We were actually fortunate to have that many shows near us. I'm within a 100-mile radius of all of them, basically. 150 for DC, but yeah, you get it. So we would go. We took that 3-hour trip down to DC, even when I was just collecting as a hobbyist, and I would meet vendors, I would meet fellow dealers. I mean, the dealers you guys know about who've been, selling for a long time, I would buy from them, and I did learn a lot. And I met vendors, and, I told you when I sold vintage stuff in Philly, I got to continue to meet these people. And the last couple of years prior to actually doing it, by 2012, 2013, I wasn't working full time. I was an adjunct. I was tutoring, and I was doing this. And I came up with the idea, like, I think I could sell pens. And I approached a couple of dealers about it, and they're like, set up the store, and we'll tell you what you got to do, and stuff like that. And it wasn't an overnight thing. I didn't just pop up overnight. Like I told you about, my years in the hobby. I'm officially 15 years in the hobby, although I've been collecting more or less all my life, just ballpoints and roller balls. Only been in the fountain pens since about 2005, 2006. And then I discovered there was a community. By 2007, I was on the forums, and by 2008, I was fixing pens and selling them, and going to the Philly Pen Show as a vendor, 2008 on, and by 2014, I decided I was going to do this. I was going to set up a shop, and that took about a year. And by 2015, by the summer of 2015, my first pen show as a dealer was the DC 2015 pen show. And that was baptism by fire, being at the biggest show, and that was a lot of fun. Robert Oster was in Australia, and by 2016, he decided he was going to make inks. His family is big in wines. They have vineyards down there, and a lot of his inspirations come from that. And we befriended each other in 2016. By the summer, he was like, you want to represent me in the US? And I'm like, sure. And I introduced Robert Oster Inks to the US at the 2016 DC show. It was his first show in the US. I was only in business a year, but it took off. The rest is history, of course. As you know, everybody now sells Oster. A lot of dealers have their own exclusive inks. I was the first US dealer. I was one of the first ones to have an exclusive ink. All the Franklies are based on me. Frankly Blue, Frankly Scarlet, Frankly Green, Frankly Fifth. The pandemic kind of slowed that down. I actually didn't talk to him about doing an exclusive ink. And now that we're getting back to shows full time again, past year was great. Probably this year I'll work with him coming up on an exclusive color again. Get back to that.
Yeah,
it'll be great.
Yep. Yeah, you get it. For me, I'm a big blue guy, and I get stuck on your blue inks. Frankly Blue.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, for me,
he's got like a couple hundred inks out there, and half of them are some kind of combination of blue, green, or teal, or something like that. Yeah.
But I don't know, for some reason I just like that blue and just keep on. And then when you go to the reds, you have a red that's out.
Sure. I did Scarlet. Yep, Frankly Scarlet. Don't give it to him. Yeah. I told him, said I wanted the Frankly Scarlet, so he got on his RGB program there. He does this right. He uses a color code system. He said, this is Scarlet Red. I'm like, okay, let's run with it. So that was Frankly Scarlet. So yeah.
I don't know how he comes up with all these ink, because he has an abundance of ink, just inks on inks on inks. Incredible.
Amazing,
Incredible.
right? Yeah, man's incredible. It's been the same. It's been the same price. Yeah, and I've been the same price since day one. Like he talks about, he didn't have to increase it.
Right.
He increased it once. He's only increased it once all these years. For him, he's going into his 7th year of business, and he's only increased it once, and I kept it the same. I'm still $18 a bottle. I've been $18 a bottle since day one. And I think a couple of the vendors came in at 17 when they first started under me. Now we're all 18. So fortunately, we haven't had to increase it. He's been great. It's not cheap to send things from Australia here. Yeah.
You sell a lot of inks?
I sell a lot of the inks. Yep. I basically sell all of the standard inks, the non-shimmers. Basically that to other dealers. I don't get involved in shimmer inks for a variety of reasons. I want inks that are good in any pen. Vintage pens aren't good for shimmering inks. There shouldn't be any kind of fleck in them. That's why all my Franklies are, there's variation, color variation. There can be sheen, but there shouldn't be shimmer. Shimmer has to do with having fleck in it, and that's not really good in a lot of pen brands, especially vintage pens.
So let's move on and talk about some of your most popular pens, or middle of the road, or even low end pens, because low end pens can be just as great, I think.
Sure. I represent, 30 different pen brands now. I have nearly 60 brands in the store. I'm really proud for being the one-man pen store and for what I've accomplished in this short period of time. If you don't deal with me right now, you probably should be shopping and looking. And like I said, I can save you a lot of money if you're smart and you look up the right codes and stuff like that. And we got Lamy, we got, Safaris, for $30. We got the Pilot Metropolitan for $30, even lower than that. I have a J Urban, a fountain pen for $20. I have Platinum Preppies, pre-fonts, to $10 or less, again, great pens for that price point. You're getting the throwaway price points. And we don't throw these away, obviously, but yeah, but you're getting into that price point. Doesn't come with a converter because the converter is more than the pen now, so,
But I don't know if you're like me. I like Preppy so much.
yeah,
For me,
Preppies are
it works.
great for $6. It's still $6 and they can't be beat,
So for me, it would be worth buying a
Yeah.
converter because I use them all the time. Now, when I'm writing letters, I'm writing with another letter, then it's time to pick up my Preppy. And then I end up using that whole Preppy for that rest of the letter. It just something about Preppy that, look, I like the way they write, look, and feel. Again, I can't speak for anybody else, but they just work great for me. And for me, I don't think they're all that expensive. I think you get your money's worth. But that's me.
Sure. And then they have the Preppy WA, which is special edition ones that come in at $8. And they got the WA ones come in. They're on the second generation of that now. And that's always a hit. They sell well. I'm sure we'll keep that going. They have different motifs on them. They have different patterns that look like it's
Oh,
Mackie.
yeah.
It's not, but yeah, it's meant to look like that. Then you got the Prefont, and you got the Plaisir, and the different models of that. The metal one, the aluminum one, that comes in at $20.
Let's go
So,
back to
tough to beat.
Lamy for a minute. Let's touch on
Then we
that.
move up,
Lamy?
to $150. You can get a Pilot E95 Elite for about $1.50. Gold nib pen,
On Lamy, I wanted to ask you some questions.
Okay.
You have the new ones that come out, the strawberry, the what were they? Strawberry Lamy, the red one, remember? And then there's a cream or something that
I hope
come out.
we're frozen.
Huh?
The signal froze for a minute.
Okay, signal froze. Hold on. Dun, dun, dun. Our signal froze or his signal?
Somewhere in between.
Somewhere in between. Okay. You there, Franco?
He's checking his route.
Okay.
Can't believe you came back. Good. I hope you got to clean this up. I know sometimes you
Yeah.
don't. Clean it up. I was getting ready to go recycle my router, which sometimes is what I do, because I do a lot of Zoom still.
So anyway, back to Lamy. So you got the strawberry, you got the, is it a cream or something color?
Right now, in special edition, Lamy, they're going back retro to their old style. They have a blue pen with a red clip. They have white pens with the black clips, the Stormtrooper pen. So they're early pens from the 80s. They came back with them. They did the first tribute pens where they did like the terracotta one, which is the first ones, and, the army style, the green, and now the next one is the blue and red, the blue pen with the red clip and trim.
Okay,
And then they have a white one with black clip and trim. Yeah.
So do they now the one the next up from the Lamy is the RX or whatever they're called?
Lamy LX.
Huh?
Lamy LX.
No, not yet. I guess not the one in the tube yet. I'll save that for last.
Okay.
You have the Safari. You have what was it?
All-Star. The
All-Star,
aluminum.
that's it.
Yeah, the aluminum All-Star.
Yeah. So
AL-star. Yeah, because it compound AL aluminum. So that's why they do that. The AL star.
What is that one that's out right now that you have?
They have a couple of them, Cosmic Blue, and they have all the standard colors. Again, really good price points with them.
So
The latest ones they're pushing are the Safaris.
I'm sorry. Go
No,
ahead.
I'm sorry. You get sorry. Good.
Your turn.
My turn.
Go ahead.
So yeah, the latest ones that they're marketing are the Safaris in those two finishes I told you about in the plastic. The regular Safari, which is ABS plastic, the blue with the red trim, and the white with the black trim. And in the All-Star, The latest ones that I'm aware of are the Cosmic Blue, and there's also like a steel one that looks like graphite, but not quite. A little more lighter than that one.
Okay.
But
Okay.
yeah, but they're on the site. Yeah.
All right. So then we're done with that line, I guess, right?
Okay. All
All
right.
right, so then let's go for the one in the tube. That's where I get confused at the Lamy, that one in the, all right, and the one in the tube.
The one in the tube I think you're talking about is the LX.
Alex.
Yeah, the LX models. Yeah, yeah. Where the chocolate brown one does the best, and they have a rose gold. They have a gold one. And they have a silver one, and a graphite. But the chocolate brown one does the best with them, and that's still available as far as I know. And then you move up to the Idios. IDEOS,
Yeah.
Idios, yeah, which is the triangular pen. Which
With the gold nib, isn't it?
it's no, that one isn't gold nib. That you move into the Scala for that.
Okay, let's go
SCALX
back.
Scala, yeah, moves into the gold nib one. Yes, there's an Idios that's in between that. There's a Studio, which is under $100. They can't be. They're tough to beat. They're metal pens. The Studio.
Right.
Then you move into the Idios, which is the next one up from that, which is the triangular shaped pen. Then you move into the Scala. Then you start getting the gold nib pens, which are closer to the $200 range. And then, of course, there is the 2000, the fiberglass 2000. And the prices are going up January 1st. A lot of brands, unfortunately, are having a price increase January 1st. The Lamy 2000 will no longer be under $200 after this month. It will be 280 list, which means you will have to sell it for 225. 224 for those worried about me charging $1 extra. 224. I've heard that. We were talking about that earlier. And again, if you're not shopping, if you're not careful, and if you're not paying attention to some of my discount codes, you're missing out. So again, we'll have to sell them for over 200. We need to sell them for 224 because that will be the 20% off price. Right now, the pen is $249, so you could buy it for exactly $200, $199. Again, you want to get it for that price, you need to buy it before December 31st. We're all required to do the same thing, no matter which dealer you work with. Yep, we all know each other. We all work with the same dealer, vendor. We work at the same rep. We know who buys what, how much. We know everybody has to charge the same rate.
But these prices have been like this like forever to me. I mean,
It's been a while. Yeah, it's been more than a year since
for a little
2000 had an
upgrade here.
increase. Yeah, it's been a while. They were able to hold steady and be good with that. Yeah. Same thing with Pilot. Pilot's supposed to have an increase a couple times this year, and they held off. They kept holding off. But January 1st, all the Pilot items basically are going up.
Even 3776, is that it?
For platinum, yeah, platinum is also going to increase. Yeah, no, it's okay. That's platinum. Yep, the 3776 platinum.
I'm sorry, yeah.
Everybody, no, it's good. I represent them. I represent the big three in Asian pens. I also got Sailor this year. I was real happy to acquire Sailor. I was invited to join Sailor.
That's a great pen.
Sailor now. That's a great pen. I have a 1911 standard in my own collection. Yeah, I was really happy to have Sailor. There's usually a King of Pen at the show and other items. So yeah, I represent Sailor, Pilot, and Platinum. I also represent the big three in leather now. I have Galen, I have Girologio, which I've had for several years, and I also have D. Charles. And D. Charles is from India, and if you haven't given that a shot, you should look at it. It's really, in my opinion, the best case as far as securing your items and things like that goes. A good brand. So yeah, come visit me in Philly. Middle of January, the weekend of the 13th, 14th, 15th. Yes, Friday the 13th, we have a pen show. We will be in Philly on Friday the 13th. I went to 13 shows. As you can tell, I am not that superstitious. I'm not afraid of number 13.
Back to Platinum.
Yeah.
These are my opinions only. They really are a fine fountain pen.
They are.
Platinum, you're not going to go wrong with these pens you're mentioning. they all going to bring something to the table for
Right.
each individual. You know, some may not like what Platinum has, and they may like what Pilot has, and that's cool. That's everybody's different. You know, we're not all made of the same DNA. We're different. You know, and that's what makes pens so unique. I like that one. I like this one. I don't like that one. Me, I just like all of them. I just, like Vanessa said, when I asked her once, what pen does she like the best? She said, Larry, whatever pen I'm using is I like the best. And that's
That's
about
it.
me.
Whatever
Yeah.
I'm using that day is it. Yep. Party
Yeah.
daily carry. Yep. That's it.
That's it. So you have the, what is that pen? Do you have any more of the, oh, is it what is it? Monte Carlo? No, Jake?
Monograppa,
No,
Monteverdi,
Magna Carta.
Magna Carta.
Magna Carta. I don't have a lot of Magna Carta pens right now. Luckily to say, I've sold out of most of them. I have a couple on hand. I have Elements pens on hand, which is the pneumatic filler.
Nice
Which is
pen.
the old VAC style filler. Yeah,
Yeah,
I have a few of them, but most of the other ones I'm actually out of. If anybody's, I don't think the site is updated with that. I don't think I have anything on Magna Carta right now. But if everybody's looking for the Elements model pen, if you look it up on the Magna Carta site, contact me. I have all them colors. And when I see Hiron again in Baltimore, Hiron's been coming to both the Baltimore shows and the show.
yeah.
So I anticipate working with him at that point. I was Magna Carta's first US dealer, in case you weren't aware of that either. And since 2017. And yeah, just other dealers are starting to carry it now, which is great. Good for him. He's,
How about Click?
Click. Really happy to have Click pens. Yep.
Great pen.
I have, yep.
Click rocks. Yeah.
Yep. I have the Piston President. I have the Renaissance pens, which is the Vinci, Michelangelo, Raphael, and other variants of that in different colors. Again, under $50, you get a nice presentation. You get a converter. You get cartridges. The Click President piston pen is really nice. It's got a nice little elephant clip on it, and it's piston filler. It's $40. It has an ebonite feed. It comes in EF, fine, medium, broad, double broad, flex. It's
Oh, it does come in a double broad now. Okay, I think I just have
BB.
the
Yep,
broad.
I have it on this site. It comes in
Okay.
a BB nib. Yep.
Now, does the President come in a double broad?
Yeah, yeah. All of them take the same nib unit. I switch them out. It's fine. Yep. That's all the nib units I have available on any of them. And I also have another one called an Aristocrat, which is also another cartridge converter pen. Nice price point, $35. The
Aristocrat?
Aristocrat. Yeah,
Who
Aristocrat.
makes it?
Yeah, it's called Aristocrat. Yep. The barrel is clear, and then the cap itself is different colors. It comes in gray. They're like pearlized. So it comes red, green, teal, and gray pearlized. So it looks like a black pearl. So yeah, really good pens, really good price points, and they're all $50 or less. You know, it's great. You know.
Yeah, well, come next week, I have to visit you. Yeah, I have to have that double broad. I'm sure, a broad, but I'm not sure if I have a double broad. And
yeah,
regardless or not, I still need to get it for the
it's
President.
basically like a stub. Yeah, so they call them. He has BB on the nibs. Yeah, it's a stub, and then there's a flex nib option too. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you're not going to beat the Click price, the Click pen, the way it feels, the way it writes. I mean, it's got everything, all the bells and whistles. I think for $50 or less when you use a code. Come on, wake up!
Right?
I mean, when you're looking at codes, don't be picky. Just pick a code. You're going to get the same thing. Just whatever. Get a code. Okay, that's 10%. Good there. Only one code though.
That's it. One code at a time, one per customer. And I've got, like 10 out there. If you shop around, you can see them. If you join my mailing list, if you become a customer, you get a code for that. Don't forget Larry right here. Plug in Larry at your checkout. Save an extra 10% off.
Larry. Hey, how is the Pilot Vanishing Point doing?
Vanishing Point is a workhorse and everybody loves it. Yep. Always moving them. Yep. Always have a good stock of them on hand. Again, at this point, it is available under $200, just like the Platinum 3776. Again, you know, gold nibs for under $200 is tough these days. You know, Lami's proven that, and they're all going to be $200 or more at this point, you know, come January to buy. You know, it's getting to that point. You may still be able to get a VP for under $200, but it's going to be more than a $160 right now, you know,
Yeah.
156, you know.
Have you heard of a pen called the Marlin?
Oh yeah, Marlin, Italy. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's one of the older brands. Yeah. My friend Giovanni Abrade used to represent them here in the U.S. He's good. He's I don't think he's going to shows like he used to, but Marlin is still represented by Yafa in the U.S.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah. I can get them. It's not a brand I actively seek to have all the time. My vendors, if I work with them, I can get any brand they represent. With Yafa, I tend to stick with the well-known brands: Conklin, Monteverdi, Peniter, Diplomat. I was with Diplomat even before Yafa got them, when it was represented by Pens of Distinction. Funny story about that. You know, I'm still a hobbyist at heart. I take my friends very seriously, just like Larry. I always look out for them. It's one of the reasons why I'm always helping people out. You know, I even help out other dealers, you know, much as if people know that or not. But, you know, I'm always out wishing out happy birthdays. I'm always aware of holidays and all. And a couple old friends are like, "Oh, it's so nice of you to reach out." And I'm like, "Yeah." I'm like, "I collect friends too." And they're like, laugh out loud, you know. Yeah. So
I'm a collector.
I collect friends too.
Yeah, yeah. And you know, one day this happened. I ordered a pen from Frank, and he didn't have it in stock. So he said, "Larry, I can get it for you. Can you wait a few days or whatever?" So he gets a hold of the vendor, and the vendor sent it right to me. Done. You know, no biggie. So said, my pen's here. Okay. So that was pretty cool. I like that. So back to Marlin. I have a Marlin pen. I
Okay.
love it. It's a gold nib.
Okay.
It is. No, I'm telling you, the pen is a monster. I love the pen.
Which model is it? I'm wearing the LF. Yeah, that's a popular one. Yeah.
It is I have to look it up, but it is a monster. I love it. Yeah. I'll
Nice.
show it to you this coming week.
Okay.
I'll put it up.
Good. Yeah, I got to get back. You know, I've had a really busy year, and it's been great. Like I said, 13 shows. Looking forward to doing them again this coming year. And I know you've done really well. You've got the Pen Club strong. You even got a new name for it, a new logo. It's great. You know, hoping to get the notifications again when they're coming up, or at least being able to meet it when I do get them. So it's kind of like a combination of both going on. So yeah, you know, and I know your site is always active with that, your Facebook site, Larry's Fountain Pen Group. You're always putting down when the next Pendulum Club is and all that, and that's cool.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Pendulum Pen Club. Yeah, I love it. Love that logo.
Yeah. Who knows? Yeah. I like that new Pen B logo. That B is a killer bee. A wasp or something.
The Wasp. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Well, I think you called it a hornet.
Hornet.
Hornet. Okay, the Hornet. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
and you
cool.
know, Greg, bless his
Yeah,
heart.
the angry bee, the angry Hornet. Yes.
Greg is the one who made that bee for me. So shout out to Greg. You know, if it
Yeah.
wasn't for Greg, I don't know what I do. Greg's always Johnny on the spot for me. So
Craig.
Greg,
Craig Williams. Yep.
Craig with a
Yep,
G.
that's okay. Craig Williams. Yeah, and he does my stuff. You know, I got that Frank Inkstein. I got my green Frank Inkstein for Frankly Green. I put that out there on the tables. People are like, "It's you." I'm like, "Yep, it's me." You know, so yeah. I got one for Frankly Scarlet. He did a Scarlet O'Hara for me for Frankly Scarlet. There's a butterfly for Frankly Blue. And Frankly Fifth, he has a bottle of a fifth with drinks done in the Blurple Sapphire Frankly Fifth, which is what the color is. It's a nice sapphire type, purplish blue. And also we have a hot rod too for that. I have either one.
Yeah.
Because he did like he's the ones for pen shows after dark, you know, when you set up with them, you know. So yeah, I'm like,
Craig,
yeah,
now,
it's cool.
Craig he sells art. So if you're
Yes.
interested, check out his site. Really, you're going to get a monster of a deal and a
Yeah.
monster of an art. That Craig's incredible. I mean, he just really, the guy kicks it, man. Anybody knows his website or where to go to? Anybody?
CW Customs, yep. Craig Williams, CW
How
Customs,
can we
yep.
get a hold of him or locate him?
You can find him online on Facebook and all. Yeah, and he does commission work. Yep.
I will put that into the description, I think. Actually, I wonder if I should start putting all these links on mrannouncer.info.
That would,
There you
yeah.
go. Why
Why
not?
not?
That'd be good.
Yeah.
That'd
What
be
do you
real good.
think, Frank?
That'd
Put
be
your
great.
name and
Thank you,
whoever.
Mr. Announcer. Yep, terrific.
Now, don't get me wrong, anybody. I do like all the vendors that are out there selling, but I don't know. I guess I'm a lot like other people. Some support certain dealers. You're a dealer, right, Frank?
Right, right.
Okay. So nothing against nobody else, but you know, for me, it's just you find what you're looking for and you kind of just stay set. Like I'm sure other people have certain vendors they go to. So I've got you, Pen Boutique, Frank from Federalist Pens and Paper. Am I missing anybody, Jay?
Oh, there's a bunch. We'd have to sit down and really go through that list.
Yeah. But those, there's a few more that I may go through. But I just been with them all these years that I don't see any reason for me to change. Why change? Now, if Frank doesn't have anything or something that I'm looking for, he'll tell me to go see this person. Or he'll see if he can go to somebody, a dealer, and see if he can get it from them. So, you know, it's going to work either
Sure.
way. So, but that just, I'm not trying to be, blah, blah, blah. No, that's just me. And Dee Dee can tell you
Sure.
that. I'm just me. And Dee Dee's his dog, so the dog knows everything.
Dee Dee's good. Dee Dee's over here. She's being quiet.
Mhm.
That's sweetie.
Poor Dee Dee. And has everybody met his brother yet? Yeah. And
I'm
his
sure they have. If you've been to a pen show, you met my brother. Sometimes he's on here. He'll be on the next Zoom when we have a group meet.
Yeah.
His
His name is Marky.
Here's Mark.
Mark, and he hates me for it. One day he's gonna wring my neck. Big Marky, yeah, bless his heart. He means well.
Mark is Mark's good. Mark is AARP eligible. He looks like he's only about 30, 35 years old. He's been called my son more than once. I'm like, yeah, I was 3.5. Thank you.
Oh, Marky. Marky comes behind the lines and tells his brother, I hate that guy. I'm gonna wring his neck. You just keep working. Shut up.
Yeah,
Here.
his birthday's the end of the month. His birthday, I know Mr. Announcer's is too. His birthday's, Mr. Announcer's the 27th and Mark's the 29th. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Both these guys, I'm
Wow.
sure, got robbed on Christmas presents at some point.
I can't stand birthday.
End of May is mine. Yeah.
Nobody wishes
Yeah.
me a happy birthday. No hard feelings to me. No, sir.
I will be Heinz Varieties at the end of May.
Yeah, wait, I can work too, my friend.
Anybody knows that number yet?
Okay, so before we go, we got the Lamy in the tube. We got the retro.
Same with Lamy, yeah. After 2000, we get into the CC and the dialogue. And the CC is a model that came out about a year ago. That's a little smaller than the Dialogue 3. That still has a hidden nib. You twist to release it to bring it out. Yeah. And that came in two nice colors. That came in blue with gold trim, which everybody likes. But I also happen to like the white one. The white one comes in rose trim, and they're gold, and the nib is gold, obviously. And it is a hidden nib. I can't say vanishing point because that's exclusive to Pilot, but you get the idea. There's a lot of brands out there that has some, there's not a lot, but there's a couple brands out there that have this concept of the nib being able to retract. So yeah, it's retractable nib is the proper term to say that. So yeah, so the retractable nib, the Lamy CC and the Lamy Dialogue both have this retractable nib. So now we're getting into the higher end of Lamy.
So the Dialogue, are there any new ones coming out?
Not that I'm aware of. No, it's still the same tried and true pen, which is still liked.
Do you think they'll ever put clips on the ones that don't have clips?
The truth is, a lot of those clips are ergonomically made so, like the Swift rollerball. I actually happen to like the Swift rollerball, and I have them. I don't widely advertise them because not everybody was looking for a rollerball, but yeah, but I like the Swift rollerball, and that pen is designed so when you, when you click it, the clip disappears. So you're writing with it. So you can't accidentally put it in your pocket with the point engaged. You retract it, then the clip comes out. So a lot of Lamy's pens are designed that way to keep you from staining your shirt and stuff like that.
Right.
Like me, I'll wear a pen, like this. This is how I'll go around. And I love it when I'm wearing a Lamy because they're like, you got a paper clip on your, in your shirt. I'm like, it's actually a pen. It's always a good conversation starter, with the Safari and the All-Star clip, being a paper clip,
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm writing with a Schaefer, a student pen, the demo from the 60s.
Yeah, okay. Yeah,
Copperfield, yeah. I'm constantly using fountain pens, I've got a couple hundred pens in my own personal collection, and more than 100 of them are vintage. And yeah, so I'm a pen user, I'm a pen pal, love pens. I still write to some people. I have a small pen pal base. Larry, you're welcome to write to me too. I don't think we ever went over that, but you're always welcome to write to me if you want to.
Good luck.
I know you
Yeah.
love to write too. Yeah,
I-
you want to write? I know you're always sending stuff out. I try to write frequently. I don't get to all the time. Due for a blog too, which I'm working on this month for the year end. They recap the whole year. I'll be doing that. I'll be publishing that soon on everything. And yeah, looking forward to next year. Looking forward to another good normal year of pen collecting, pen hunting, pen selling, going to shows, catching up with friends, etc.
Do you have any mechanical pencils you sell?
I have Lamy mechanical pencils, and I have Caran Dash mechanical pencils.
How much are the Caran Dash? Are they expensive?
The Caran Dashes are $25. Yeah, they're not too bad.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, my question for both of them, I'm the kind of guy that either likes to have blue lead, green lead, orange lead. Is it?
Now I just sell gray.
I mean, can you get those color lids?
Yeah. The person you actually want to talk to is John Velli, the leadhead. You might have heard of him.
The leadhead? Okay.
Jonathan, yeah. He does Legendary Lead Pencil Company, and he's got books out on that. He actually just acquired the Auto Point Pencil Company in the last year or two, and he's actually remaking pencils under the Auto Point brand name. So if you look online, you'll see about him. It's Jon, John Velli, V-E-L-E-Y.
John Velli?
Yeah, Velli, V-E-L-E-Y. Legendary Lead. So he'll appreciate this plug. And yeah, and it's Legendary Lead.
Let's hear it for John Velli or Deli or whatever. Legendary Lead. Say it again. Give him a free plug, Frankie.
Yeah, Legendary Lead. He goes to pen shows. It's V-E-L-E-Y, Jonathan Velli. And he sells Auto Point brand. I think everybody that's been looking online and all looking for pencils see him and all that. And he's revamped that brand. So kudos out to him for that. He's usually the guy to go to when you want to get lead for vintage and modern pencils. Yeah, pencils.
The other day, well, I wanted to just share this pen with you because we had a pen club meeting months ago and I couldn't make it. I was sick. But Janice, the other lady that helps with the pen club, she gave me this pen. It's really a funny pen. And let me read what it says, the funny part. All right, you ready? All right. My other, this is a ballpoint pen, which I use, or a gel, or a rollerball, right? Okay. My other pen is a Mont Blanc. This one is for you from Janice. I was just thinking, oh, look at a Mont Blanc. I'm all excited, and I look at it. Oh, that was a good one. But it writes cool. It looks great. So there. Oh, I'll use it. It writes more like a gel, I think, than a ballpoint. I love rollerballs and gel pens myself. Yeah. Ballpoints, they're okay, but you have to press too hard. That's just me. So.
Couple things I want to plug before we go.
Okay.
I am still one of the kings of Tomoe River right now. I buy all I can. Me and another dealer are still offering the original 52 GSM paper. As long as I can keep getting it, I'll keep offering it. People come to the shows and like, this is the original. I'm like, this is the original. I was working with 3 different distributors, 2 not in the US, 1 here, and I'm down to 1 now. The other 2 have run out. I got so much Tomoe River right now, people think I'm making it. So I got a lot of A4. I don't have a lot of A5 left in pads because I have white ones. I have a lot of white ones, but the A5 cream, amber, if you're into that, I'm down to the last pack, down to the last 10 or so. So if you want that, you need to buy it. Me and another dealer still offering this. I have a lot of journals. I have journals both in grid and in dot from them in the A5. I also have A7 pocket size dot notebooks too from them. I have a couple A6, not too many of them left. They're still on the site as well. But I have a lot of A7 and I have a lot of A4. So I have the biggest and the smallest still in Tomoe. And I anticipate still having enough through pretty much half of this year coming up. I thought I was going to be
endless, right? Endless.
And I do endless. Yeah, that's 52.
That's great paper. I use it all the time.
Yeah, in 68, I have my endless recorders. I also have Odyssey. I also do Odyssey. Yep. Those I offer still in 68 GSM. They're running out of them too because both of them have come up with their own unique paper. Everyone who dealt with Tomoe River has to come up with their own unique paper at this point, and a lot of them are moving towards that. Endless is doing regalia paper, they call it, which actually is nice, but I'm still big on Tomoe River. I'm still offering the 68 GSM if you want. Once I am out of my 68 GSM, I'll move on to the regalia paper with Endless. I was actually one of the first US dealers for Endless as well. They're being represented now by our friends at Luxury Brands, LBA. So it's really taken off. I still offer my custom brooch bookmarks from them. I include as a bonus the metal bookmark that has my information on it. It's like a metal business card. I still deal directly with Endless to get that. LBA is giving me permission to continue doing that. And I buy my books and paper from them, from LBA, but I can still get I still rely on a lot of things from Endless. I get nibs from Endless. I get those bookmarks from Endless. I am getting titanium nibs from Magna Carta. I get them from Hiron.
Okay.
Yep. I also, on my Stars and Stripes Heinz pen, not only do I offer my Bach nibs that I get engraved overseas. I'm part of a consortium that actually gets Bach nibs. We've talked about this in the past. I told you guys why most makers deal with Yovo, because simply it's a matter of economics. They can afford to. Bach wants only bulk buys. They only want units. They want you to buy 1,000 units of nibs of extra fine, medium, broad. They want a 5,000 medium order. So I deal in a group buy. I buy with fellow makers and vendors overseas. My distributor hasn't revealed to me the names, but a lot of them are way bigger than me. So I can basically buy Bach, and not only do I buy Bach, they also get them engraved for me with my logo, and they come to me, and I offer them on pens. Any pen that takes a Bach nib, we can switch out one of my nibs with titanium. I do the titanium number 6, and I put that in my Heinz pen as well. That's an upcharge as well, just like as if you were getting a grind.
Right.
I sell the Heinz pen with my standard Bach nib for $250 with the titanium, or with a nib grinder, Mark Bacchus grind, for $280. They're on the site as well. You can check that out. I don't normally offer the titanium nibs loose, but if you contact me, I can, arrange for that. There's a fee, there's not upcharge for that. They're not cheap, but if you really want a titanium nib, you can get it. And yeah, so for that. The other thing I wanted to plug was the Inkvent calendars, which everybody's making a big stink about right now because it is Advent time, the first 25 days of Christmas, so I still have one Inkvent calendar left. I sold a handful of these already. I got the one left. It's 115 list. I have it on the site for 110. Then if you use a code, like Larry, for example, you could buy this beauty for $99.99.
There you go. Ton, 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 ton. But get for real. Get any code and get that. It's a
One
good
left.
deal.
Let me grab it.
Grab it. Yeah. And let the crying
It
for
is.
me later.
Well reviewed. There's a lot of people about it right now. Yep. We're going into the 25 days of Advent, Inkvent. So people each day on Instagram and Facebook are opening up the door, revealing the prize, one of the colors of ink. There's 25 inks here. They're all exclusive to this calendar, and there's one different one each day. They are 24 12 milliliter bottles. They're smaller. And on the 25th day, you get a standard 30 milliliter bottle, which Diamine sells normally for $8,
Okay.
So, and they're all different colors, unique to this calendar. They're PET bottles. They're plant-based. Diamine had them first, and Oster, when Robert started making inks, he also does plant-based bottles, as you guys know. Again, totally recyclable, biodegradable. Diamine has them as well in their small and their 30 milliliter standard size.
I wanted to ask you a question, and I guess I got the answer when you told me about the person that's taking over the pencil stuff. Do you carry by chance the cover for a pencil?
Auto point pencils?
Yeah, the regular pencils, and you put those covers on them so you can put them in your pocket.
I'm not sure. I missed what you said. I'm sorry.
Okay, after you sharpen your pencil, you want to put it in your pocket, right? So you have to have these covers now you can buy.
Oh, the pocket protector.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, the pocket protector. Yes. I'm not sure. He might. You check with him. I don't know. Speaking of that, like the D. Charles, one of the reasons why I mentioned earlier that in my opinion, that's the best case brand I offer, is because you open the flap of a D. Charles case, and no matter if it's a 2-pen, 3-pen, 5-pen, or even a 10 hard pen case, there is an inner sleeve that comes out, and that sleeve protects the pens you put it on there. They're tension based, so they don't fall out. So if you inadvertently open the flap on your case, the pens don't come flying out. So it retains them. So to me, that's really the best bang for the buck. They're actually reasonable priced. They have that extra barrier of protection. Even the 2-pen case is designed and set up that way. Really good. And most of them are $50 or less. And they're really good. The 10 hard one is closer to 100, but again, from the price point compared to some others, it's really good.
So what's your next meeting going to be? You're going to have a Zoom with your club meeting?
My next meeting hopefully is with you sometime this month, and then we will looking forward to the Philly Pen show in mid-January. That's hosted by Scott Franklin Christoph. Looking forward to that, my home show. Hoping everybody comes out and supports the show. It's always a great one. We just had the Pelican Hub a couple weeks ago. That was at a different venue. It was a lot smaller than the past. We had about 20, 25 people come. And our hub is usually a little bigger. It's usually about 40 people. And it was hard for the host to find a venue but he did manage to find one. And yeah, looking forward to the one this year. Hopefully it'll be at the regular time in September. Hopefully there will be a free bonus bottle of ink, which everybody looks forward to. I think it's one of the reasons why a lot of people were, you know, turned off by it. It's a Pelican decided last minute to do a hub. They didn't offer a free bottle of ink. It was hard to find venues because of the pandemic. A lot of venues were trying to gouge you for prices for rent. There was a lot of complaints about that. I wasn't picked to be the hub master this year, and in a way it was a favor from what the host told me. And so we'll see what happens this coming year. The host told me it's yours again. He doesn't want it again. And
Okay.
so hopefully it'll run like it normally does in September with free bottles of ink. The pen will be here on time. Speaking of that, the Appetite pen finally did come in November. It finally came in the middle of November, just before the hub, and it matches the Appetite ink, which is a nice bluish teal ink. The Appetite pen is that kind of color, and it is an M205 with stainless trim, and basically the price point on that now is $280 on the Appetite pen, which again means you buy for $224 on the site.
And let's see what else before you run.
Okay.
One more thing I was going
Stay on as long as you want, whatever you want.
to.
It's a catch-up session. It's always good to catch up with you.
Oh, I know what I wanted to mention to the people out there. People in the comments below, if you have any questions for Frank on his inventory of a pen, of an ink, paper, leave your comments below, and next time Frank and I meet, I will present these questions to him, and Frank can inform you to the best of his ability on what your question was. There. Don't forget, he does carry some vintage and nibs. He has a little bit of this and that, and he's got a whole stock of everything. Don't even get me talking because I'll forget. But that's going to be a good workout for Frank to inform you people, hey, I'm here to answer some of your questions as well. And that would be very helpful to you, wouldn't you think?
Definitely. Always here to help answer questions. Like I said before, if I don't have it, if I can't get it, I'll certainly steer you in the right direction. That's what we're here for. I'm a hobbyist at heart. Obviously here to sell pens and make money, but I'm also glad to help you out with any of your issues or any advice that you need.
And before I hang it up, I want to wish Merry Christmas to people and Happy Hanukkah to people.
Definitely.
Yeah.
He didn't forget.
You remember?
Happy Hanukkah. It's all good.
Happy Hanukkah, Dee Dee.
We are in a two faith household here. My wife is Jewish. I'm Catholic. We celebrate both. Yep.
Right. So Happy Hanukkah, Merry Christmas,
Thank
Happy
you.
Larry Day. There.
You.
Yay!
In the background. Yep.
Yay.
As cold as ice. Hi, sweet. Oh, look. I like the hand. Stay out of the way. No dinner for you tonight.
Hey, happy holidays.
Hi, sweetie.
Hi.
Yeah, it's about time he puts you into action. Yeah. Always keeping you out.
I'm busy behind the scenes.
So, what are you getting for Christmas?
I'm
A
getting a
diamond
watch.
I'm getting a ring.
You might be getting a pen.
Which is something I actually like to give away. Yeah, I like.
And you're lucky to
some
get
people, yeah,
that.
some people get pens. Yep.
Lucky to get that. Yes, yeah. Some good old Frankenstein.
Students that I tutor before I was a dealer would get pens like this Schaefer.
Yeah.
$20, value. If you had it for most dealers, I would give that away. I usually give preppies away now and things like that. Plaisirs, you know, so yeah, I'll still do that if I tutor somebody. If they show a big interest in pens, if they play with my pen all the time when I'm with them in person tutoring them, I'll give them a pen. So yeah, a lot of my tutoring now is Zoom based, you know, because of the pandemic and all, we went Zoom, and the agency likes that, and the teachers like that, and the schools like that. So I'm seeing myself very seldomly now tutoring people in person, usually it's via Zoom, which is good, you know, but it's always good to do it in person as well, you know. So yeah, so getting back to that, getting back to shows, it was a good year to do that, you know, so it's really good. So yeah.
Poor Frank, the wife treats him so bad. I know. There you go, kisses of love, but that's going to cost you.
No, he's a good guy.
When he gets too kissy, he wants something. That's right. Yeah. Would you mind doing this? No, I don't want to do it.
Usually
I'm
something
done.
from the refrigerator.
Look, I'm done. I've had it enough of pens and
All right,
pens.
man. Love you guys. Thanks for
All
doing
right,
it.
we're out of here.
All right.
Be well.
Thank you.
Bye.
Well.
Bye.